Okay. Awesome. Hi, Pam. Glad you could join me. Just getting things set up here. I'm a little bit early, but I was having some technical difficulties, so I wanted to be sure that everything was going okay. I was without internet, so I'm a couple of minutes early, so if you're wondering why, that's why. We'll just wait a couple more minutes and see if there's Carol. She's just popped on. Hi, Carol. All right, we're gonna get started because I've got lots and lots of stuff for you tonight. I'm Shel Anderson from Shel's Creative Corner and Shel Anderson Designs. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I blog at shelscreativecorner.blogspot.com, and I can be reached anytime by email at andersonshel@gmail.com. I would like you to thank you for joining me tonight. We are going to be playing with the fabulous new Butterfly Brilliance stamp set and the fabulous coordinating dies. Now there's this one big die that will cut the butterflies out like so, but then look at all these detailed overlay dies. So you can cut a solid color out of this and then put this fancy one on top. So we're going to be playing with this, and I wanted to talk a little bit about, hang on just one second. I wanted to talk a little bit about what products are in that suite, and sorry, I'm digging for a piece of paper that I forgot. I want to talk a little bit about the products that are in that suite, or I guess they're calling it a collection, and how long they'll be here for. That is the key right there. So the products that are in the complete collection is the stamp set, the coordinating dies, this gorgeous Natural Touch specialty paper. Now this is 12 by 12. I've cut mine down as usual to card size, and this is like a light oak wood grain, and it's really neat. There's texture in it even. Pardon me, I'm having a hard time with my throat here. Maybe some water will help. And also in this collection is 48 sheets of this beautiful butterfly bijou paper. Now I'm going to give you a close-up look at these papers, and I'm just going to flip through them slowly one by one, and hopefully you're getting a good view of these. All right, so you're going to get 8 sheets of each. Look at that one, isn't that gorgeous? And this one, and check this out. This die will cut out all of those butterflies. And you have 8 sheets of this. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8 or 48 butterflies you can cut out of the DSP. Pretty cool, eh? Now here are the other sides. You saw this one before, and you saw that one before. And I think you saw that one too. But today we are predominantly going to be using this side. Okay? I just wanted to take those out of the pack so you had a close-up view and that you could see that this die will cut out those butterflies. Okay. Speaking of those butterflies, here's some of them right here. I cut these right out of the DSP. And as you can see, my die slipped a little bit, but I wasn't too worried about it. And then here is samples of cutting out the background in one color and layering the detailed die on top. Okay, so we had some samples of that. And I also wanted to tell you what's available when. I started on that. So the complete collection includes the stamp, the die, the DSP, and the specialty paper. And that entire collection is available now. Now, the stamp and the die set are going to be in the annual catalog, but the papers are not. If you want the papers, you've got to get them while the getting's good. Okay? So that's just a heads up on that. Now I want to show you one other thing. Yes, you're going to all gasp when you see what I did. I cut my stamp apart. This stamp comes as one big stamp, this size, and you stamp them all at once. And I have done that and it works beautifully. However, I think this is going to be more versatile for me if I can stamp my butterflies individually. So I took my paper, my snips, and I cut the rubber. Super, super easy to do. Now my stamps are individual. So I can still, if I wanted this butterfly, I can stamp this butterfly on a piece of paper, and I can go and I can take this die and cut it out. This, for me, is going to work better. I know some people who are buying two of the stamp sets, one to keep it whole and one to cut it up. For me, I'm just having it cut up. And to go along with this, I just announced this one today, the Butterfly Brilliance class. You'll see this on my Facebook page and on my blog. There's 3 options. Option 1 is the entire collection. Option 2 is the bundle only. Option 3 is the PDF and videos. Check out my blog, check out my Facebook page. There's a limited space for this one, so if you want it, order soon. All right, on to tonight's cards, the fun part, the creative part. All right, I don't entirely know what I'm doing. Surprise! But I have a few ideas. So we're going to go from there. I've made one card already, and a lot of these pieces that you see here are scraps that were left over, so I thought I'm going to use them. Okay, my thought is this. This is my card, okay? But I want to mount this on a black background just to make it pop a little bit. So we're going to start there. And I must say, I hope that tonight goes better than my crafting session last night did. Everything I touched did not work. It was awful. I was so frustrated. Do you ever have a day like that? All right, so there we are so far, okay? So I'm pulling the colors right out of the paper. And there's lots of colors in here. Basic Black, Bermuda Bay, Blushing Bride, Calypso Coral, Just Jade, Magenta Madness, Mango Melody, Mint Macaron, Misty Moonlight, Poppy Parade, So Saffron, and Whisper White. So there's tons of colors. This is Blushing Bride. So I thought I would layer this on here. Okay, so you see where I'm going there? But before I do that, I want to put this little white square on the inside so we have a nice place to write our greeting. And as you can tell, it's a little smaller, but as I said, I was using up some of my scraps, right? Okay, so this is going to be our art piece, and I think we are going to build our cards something like this, but I'm going to cut this one down. I think that one's a little bit too wide for this tiny card. So I'm going to bring in the paper trimmer, and that's 3/4. I'm going to cut it down to half, and we'll see what happens from there. So this was my thought, that I'd put those two on there, and then I'd put a black strip to cover the seam. That's my thought. We'll give it a whirl and see what happens. I just want to grab my silicone mat so I don't have glue all over the place. There we go. So we will bring these in and attach them. Let me just get a feel for it. And yes, these are long. I just grabbed these scraps. We'll trim it off after. And I'm going to go right to the edge, like so. And I'm wondering if I want that big piece. I think I do. Yeah, I do. Is the lighting in here any better tonight, ladies? I've got some additional lights, and I'm wondering if it's helped any. Did you notice a difference? I'm just trimming those off with these big old ugly scissors. Now I am going to add this little tiny black strip. It's good. Is it better, Carol, or is it about the same? I'm always striving to make it clearer and better. There we go. All right. So far, so good. So now I can layer this onto my background. Like so. I like that little black. It just gives it a little bit of a pop. And this one here, I think I'm going to pop it up on dimensional. You think it's better? Good. I'm glad. Thank you for your feedback. I'm still waiting to see cards from those prize stamp sets, ladies. Have you had a chance to play with them yet? All right, make sure. Now we have a decision to make. Do I want it to go this way, or do I want it to open top to bottom? I think this way, maybe. I do. Because that way, if we wanted to put it on display, it would stand up nice. All right. So far, so good. Now, I thought I was going to use this butterfly, but he's way too big, in my opinion. And that one didn't get cut out very good. So, neither did this guy, but it doesn't really bother me too much. And I trimmed around him a little bit. Just like so. Now, I forgot to put my greeting on. You know what that means. I'm probably going to mess it up. I have a stamp set here called, no, those are going to be too big. I am going to grab Itty Bitty Greetings. Itty Bitty Greetings. Maybe. No, let's try this one. I have a greeting set here called Inspiring Iris, and it's got some really cute smaller greetings. There's one here that says wishing you the best. I kind of like that. See if that one will fit in that space down there. I think it will. And I can move these butterflies wherever I want them. Yep, it'll fit in there. All right, I am going to grab my Stamparatus. And hey Brenda, how you doing? Glad you could join us, girl. Yes, I am stamping a greeting after the fact because I forgot. So if you could all please cross your fingers, I would appreciate the fact that maybe if everybody has positive thoughts, this will go well. Here goes nothing. Oh, not too bad. Perfect. Could not ask for better. That makes me happy. All right, let's get that stamp back in the case. And we can continue with our little butterflies. All right, so I am going to give their wings a little bit of volume. I'm wondering about this one. No, we'll go with the little guys this time. And these are the ones that we cut out of the DSP. So this is a super, super easy card because it has no stamping except for the greeting, and everything else, oops, everything else I used on here was scrap. So that's a win-win. There we go. And yes, Carol, they're going up and to the right. Many years ago, Carol and I had a discussion about butterflies and the way that I think they should go. And every time I do something with a butterfly, I still remember that day and I laugh because we agreed to disagree. Do you remember that, Carol? Okay, so there is card number 1. I think that we need to have a little bit of our best friend Stella on these butterflies to zazazoo them up a little bit, because everything goes better with a little bit of glitter, don't you think? Oh yeah. Now, do we want black dots, the matte black dots, or do we want rhinestones, or do we want the gold glitter enamel dots? I don't think the gold glitter. So that brings us to either the matte black dots or rhinestones. What is your opinion on these dots? I'm thinking maybe the black ones for this one. I think that's what I'm going to go with. They're going to have to be the little small ones though, because this is a little wee card. There we have it, ladies. Card number 1. Butterflies cut out of the DSP with a die, and card pieces from my scrap bin. So that is our first card for tonight. Put all this stuff back, and we will bring in our second kit. And I think this is my favorite paper in the pack. And I'm not a yellow person, but I love this paper. It speaks to me. It said use me, so I'm going to. All right, so I didn't even get a liner for this card. We better get one of those right off the hop. Instead of a small card, we are actually going, I better measure this and make sure I've cut it. Yep. We are going to make a full-size card this time. And, heavens to Murgatroyd. You remember my comment about I hope tonight doesn't go like last night did? It's not starting off good, girls. I have glue everywhere. Yes, Pam, I can hear you laughing. That's okay. I'm here to entertain you, ladies. Okay. Let's move on. Next up is a yellow matte layer. And I can't do that because of the glue I have on it. So I have no choice but to go this way. A little fuzzy edge here. There we go. All right, check out this beautiful paper. Isn't that gorgeous? There we go. And if you look at this paper right up close, I wonder if I'm in the camera right here. Okay, if you look at this right up close, can you see there's little texture dots, as if somebody took a dotted stamp and went all over it? It's beautiful. Okay, now I want to use this as my art piece. And you're saying, what the heck is that woman doing? Well, I want to stamp some butterflies. And that, my friends, is why I cut my stamps apart. I want to be able to use them separately. So we're going to bring in the Stamparatus, load in my cardstock, and we are going to choose the 3 smallest stamps. And I'm going to do this one at a time, and that way, hopefully, oh, before I do that, I need a greeting. And I had chosen this, a little lace stamp set And I'm hoping to get, it's going to go at the top. Oops, there's a piece of rubber stuck to my stamp from where I cut them apart. I'm hoping to be able to get, I don't think so. No, it's not going to work. So I'm going to go So Happy For You. I think that one will fit across the bottom. It's not the one that I intended, but that's okay. All right, so let's get a magnet on here. Let's get these out of here and get our greeting on. I don't even have labels on this stamp set yet. Crazy. Now I gotta figure out if I've got this straight. And I do not. That looks better. Let's give it a whirl and see. I almost got ink all over me. Oh, not too shabby. All right, I'm happy with that. I'm not going to mess with that anymore. All right, now we're going to put on our first butterfly. And I'm just going to put it on a little bit of an angle, like so. And I'm using black ink. And we will probably have to stamp this a few times because this is the first time I've used the stamp. Isn't that pretty? And this cardstock that I'm stamping on is so saffron. Beautiful. I'm happy with that. All right. Now we will go to the next one down. I think I'm going to do these two at once. This one's going to be straight and this guy's going to be over here and a little crooked. Hey Susan, glad you could join us. Having a little play with this butterfly Brilliance. And as you can see, I cut my stamp set apart so I can use my stamps individually. All right, I'm happy with that. I want to put these stamps back in the case. And actually, I'm going to put my dies back in there too, because we are done with that. All right. Where is that? Now, my thought was that I would take my dark So Saffron Stampin' Blend and just add some depth to this butterfly, just in areas, not all places. I'm thinking maybe here on each side, and maybe every second section. Just to give it a little something something. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Almost looks like eyes on that butterfly. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that. And as you can tell, I'm just walking the color on there. I'm not being too terribly fussy. It's pretty simple. All right, I think that's enough color. What do you think? Now, my thought was I'm going to take these strips and I'm going to put some Tombow on them. Because this was in my scrap bin, so I thought if I ran Tombow down there, I can put a little border. Butterfingers. Actually, I'm going to need a little more Tombow anyway. Well, sir, we're batting 1,000 tonight, ladies. I'm having a replay of last night. Everything I touch did not work last night. All right, one side down. Let's clean up the mess and try again. All right, I'm just going to flip this over to the dry side and we'll try her again. And now the trick is to match the width as best we can. And I'm thinking that is about right. Not hard to tell, these are my old glue scissors, eh? All right, there we go. Now this is going to cover the center portion of our card. It's almost a shame to cover up that beautiful DSP. Ooh. What do you think? Do we want it off to the side and funky? Or do we want it down the middle? I think we want it down the middle. And I am going to glue this flat. I'm not putting this on dimensionals. So I'm going to make sure I have lots of adhesive on here. And I'm just going to put a little bit there. And I am going to try my best to get this even. Something like that. So that's different, stamping our images on colored cardstock. We haven't done that in a while. And once again, I am bringing my friend Stella into the picture because I want pretty, pretty glittery butterflies. And just quickly adding the glitter. There we go. Now, do I want rhinestones on this one, or do I want the matte black dots again? Either one will work, but because of all the black that's in here, I am going to go with the matte black dots. What did I do? It has grown legs. Oh, no, it hasn't. There it is. And I'm going to stay with the small ones again. I think that's enough. I do. Yeah, that makes me happy. All right, so here we are. I hope the camera's picking up all that glittery goodness. And our inside. Very pretty. And here is the card that we made earlier. And this one opens different because it's got the black back layer on it. And once again, there's lots of glitter on those butterflies that we cut out of the paper. And that's my little card I made out of scraps. And then, as promised, I made a card last night that I wanted to share with you. And this is what I did last night. And this one uses the little butterfly paper and then the flip side of it. And I just took a little strip of gold foil to cover my seam on that one. And then when I did that, I thought I could use the gold glitter dots, and that will bring the gold in again. And then I just took some of this gold twine and I just took it like this and ran my fingernails through it, and it just separated. You see that, how that's happening there? Those strands are being separated. And that's what I did on the background here. And then what I did is I just tied a knot in the middle behind my butterfly. And so I just kind of let these, I don't know, it worked for me. And I love that Coastal Cabana and the Gorgeous Grape together. And there's the inside. So there are my 3 beautiful, beautiful butterfly cards. And I hope that it showed you that it takes very little effort to do anything with these products, because they are absolutely gorgeous. The products do all the work for you. And I encourage you once again to take a look at my Butterfly Brilliance class. It's on my blog. There are 3 options. If you already own the Butterfly Brilliance then you can order just the PDF and videos. You can order the bundle only and get the card kits and the PDF and the videos, or you can order the entire collection and get the card kits, the PDF, and the videos. All that information is on my blog and on my Facebook page. And like I said, that DSP is only available for this promotion. It will not be available when this promotion is done. The butterfly dies and stamp set will be available in the annual catalog in May, but the DSPs will not. Okay? All right, thanks so much for joining me, ladies. I appreciate it. I wish we could be in person, but it is what it is, so we're stuck with twice a week on Facebook for now. I appreciate you all. Have a good week, and I will see you on the weekend. Bye-bye.